Hey, this is the Unboxer. Thanks for dropping by. Wanted to talk today about AI, specifically OpenAI, and the vast resources you now have at your fingertips, which arguably is superior to search engine experience. And, drumroll, without ads. First of all, in case you're wondering, why am I wearing sunglasses at night? Yes, it is night. Yes, I am in a Tesla at a supercharger right now, taking a quick video to share some thoughts with you on the fly. Just had eye surgery recently, in recovery to the point that I don't want you to see these eyes. Looks like I've been punched repeatedly in both eyes, which I have in the past, not this time. This time is repairs as a result of those eye impacts. AI, wow. So those of you that aren't using it are at an increasingly great disadvantage. When you go into a search engine, Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever you may use, you can run searches, you get results. It's become, at one point that was the new cutting edge deal. Now it's kind of like everybody does it. One thing that's interesting is in search engine results, you will see often AI results kind of served at the top, which can be a bit helpful and interesting. It's more, I'd say, generalized. It's not as specific, but it's helpful. But then you get into sponsored search results, which comes up first, meaning others are paying for you to see their results first, meaning that the results are skewed and biased based on monetization. Whoever's paying the most to have their results show up in your search is what you're seeing at the top results. You need to kind of comb through those. See, are you reading something that is sponsored, meaning that it's being paid for, which makes you wonder, is the relevance really there, or is the relevance trying to get you to click and spend money or share your data in some unexpected way? So that's search engines. Now, when you download ChatGPT from OpenAI, which is completely free unless you choose to upgrade it to some of the new plans, which can be very affordable, or as of a few days ago, as much as $200 a month, and we'll see what comes next. But it is free to use. There are no ads. When you search, not only can ChatGPT scrub the internet and find information for you, but you're not seeing any sponsored results. So it's free of ads. It's extremely fast. You do need an internet connection at this point to access the model and get information back, which most likely you have accessing it on your cell phone. You are able to access it on computers as well now. We'll save that for another discussion. It's a bit complicated, doesn't work on all computers, depends on your, what kind of chip you're using and so on. More recent computers should be able to utilize it. Some of the older ones, even a few years back, can't. So anyway, that's that side. As far as on your cell phone, as long as you have internet connectivity, it works great. What's amazing about it is you can ask complex questions and get fairly simple and very fast answers. Now, one thing that I will share with you recently, my beloved dog went through a very long and painful process fighting cancer. And there were some tough decisions to make along the way. And this is just an interesting use case I want to share with you that, in case you're ever in a similar situation, which I hope you're not, was quite helpful. What I was able to do is upload medical records, radiology reports, summaries of visits into OpenAI seamlessly. Just take pictures of them and share it. And I told ChatGPT, the specific app made by OpenAI, to remember it, which it's able to do. And so basically ChatGPT was keeping track of those records. There was a lot of medication, including eventually chemotherapy, taken at various times of the day with varying frequencies and a lot of complexity. And there were side effects that were anticipated and those that were not. Lots of information to read through. So ChatGPT was able to evaluate those records. And when I asked opinions such as, Hazel's having this specific side effect, could this be a result of this, or what do you think's causing this, or what can I do to alleviate this? Well, it would come back in seconds with crisp and clear and helpful and meaningful information that time after time was consistent with what the veterinary oncologist and primary care vet would come back with when I was able to reach them, which they were wonderful, but always, of course, takes time to reach them. Sometimes it requires an appointment. And so I definitely was able to give Hazel an advantage of time in terms of quicker advice and things that we can do to alleviate symptoms, even skipping doses at times. Not only that, my mother had surgery not long ago and did the same thing, uploaded her records. She had some kind of side effects, including certain types of pain. I was able to get pretty good insight from ChatGPT into methods of moderating that pain through slight modifications to her routine. Inevitably, when she would reach the surgeon and ask questions, it was consistent. So that's just one example. Other examples are, gosh, what else? You're going shopping, trying to find a gift for somebody, unsure what to get. You're looking at an assortment of flowers in a local store. Maybe you're in QFC or Fred Meyer's or Whole Foods. You're not sure what to pick. You take a picture of it. You upload it to ChatGPT. Takes a second. And you say, hey, this is the occasion. It's my coworker's uncle's 30th birthday. What do you think I should pick? And guess what? It's going to help you choose. It's going to say, hey, that white one with the red and the blue and this and that looks like a good choice because of this. Let's say that you are trying to make a decision. I recently went through this, looking at various grad school options. Right now, I'm basically studying, computer intelligence with a focus on AI, working on a Doctor of Engineering program, Purdue University, new program. Really pleased to be in it. There's 14 people in the first cohort. I'm one of them, so pretty excited about that. Very tough decision. I evaluated many programs, complex process, applications are tough, a lot of requirements, a lot of writing, references, etc. And I was evaluating so much. So I was able to upload all of my transcripts into ChatGPT. Starting at undergrad, I skipped high school, graduated. That's all that matters there, I think. Uploaded my transcripts for my computer science master's program. Also, undergrad, went to a few different universities, got all that uploaded, and basically asked ChatGPT, I'd like you to evaluate this program at this university, this one at this university. Just told it the names of the programs, the universities, asked it to evaluate the curriculum, evaluate my transcript, and basically determine which seems to be the right fit based on specific career goals, personal goals, and it was able to do an incredible job. I can go into ChatGPT anytime and say, hey, just out of curiosity, how did I do in this class? What was my GPA overall? How did I do in algorithms? What was my grade there? I'm considering taking this class in computer vision, and these are the prerequisites. Can you go check the link and let me know if you think that I'm going to be able to manage this class based on past classes I've taken? It's giving me answers. So long story short, I can go on and on with examples, but being able to evaluate a vast amount of data in a vast amount of places that requires visiting unique website links and finding those links in the first place. You don't even have to share the links, just tell it what it's all about, and compare data and come back with very sound recommendations and give advice. It does incredibly well. If you get very complicated responses, you can say, hey, make it simpler. Just really give me a high-level summary. Or you can say, I want more depth, deep dive, and it just does it. And it's just, I would say it's a very powerful tool. So the point is, I wish I used it more than I did. I should use it all the time. It does take time. There are issues. Sometimes you feel like the old days of, kind of arguing with Siri and Alexa, and you say the same thing 5 times and it plays some random song that you didn't even ask it to play, and etc. So it's not really like that. It's way more advanced, but there are some logic gaps that occur. Being able to create a picture on the fly is amazing, and I'll make sure to do a deeper dive and share this whole process with you if you want to become an expert in using it and leveraging it. It's not that hard to do. Creating pictures, ChatGPT is able to create stunning pictures based on either pictures you give it that you want it to leverage and reinvent in certain ways, turn it into an oil painting and reimagine the kind of subjects that in the pictures. Could be people, could be pets, could be a tree, whatever it may be. It comes up with some masterful works of art. Now, if you wanted to include words like, happy birthday, Auntie, let's say you wanted to say that, well, there's a good chance it's going to come back and spell happy kind of different, and maybe Auntie's misspelled, and then you love the picture, but you're like, hey, you spelled it wrong. Can you redo this to the right spelling? And it tries, and it comes back, and it's spelled even differently, and you can go through iterations and iterations, and it just never quite gets those 3 words right. That happens. There are some issues. And that just kind of referencing something else, which is interesting. As great as the technology is in Teslas at this time, in autonomous vehicles, which Tesla claims are not fully autonomous. Some of us use them as if they are. Still, you need to be able to jump and intervene, obviously, for safety reasons, because it's not always perfect. Pretty darn close, but not there, and you don't want to risk the imperfect outcome of slamming into a tree at a high speed or whatever else. So, but long story short, yeah, try to park a Tesla in a parking garage where you're just backing up and it's like a 3-point turn, which you or I can do that in 3 points. Well, sometimes Tesla might take 9 points. And my point is that sometimes solving simple things are harder for advanced computer systems than solving complexity. And going back to the ChatGPT example, spelling happy birthday auntie right sure seems simple, but when you get into the infinite number of characters and visual representation of characters that become even artistic and trying to simplify and respell, it kind of is like overthinking. So long story short, AI can assist, and machine learning overall and various algorithmic approaches can assist in a spaceship landing on the moon, crunching vast amounts of data, making incredible decisions that blow humans away because it's able to do this so darn fast, more so than we ever could have in the human mind in that instant of time. Just wouldn't happen unless you were so lucky you should buy a Powerball ticket and possibly win, which doesn't happen often. It blows us away because it crunches so much data so quick, and to us it looks miraculous. But when you're looking at kind of under the hood with a simple decision like, should I go left or right? The analysis that goes into that no longer awes us, because at that point we can see and perceive what makes the most sense. However, an AI type approach is over evaluating in ways that we as humans wouldn't, because it's a simple decision. We don't need to calculate millions of data points, although we are calculating probably millions of data points under the hood in our own minds. We have common sense and we just kind of snap our fingers and we go left, or we do the 3-point turn in 3 points, whereas Tesla is kind of over evaluating. So my point here is that sometimes very complex AI systems will complexify the simple rather than simplify the complex. And that's why I seek to help you unbox tools such as ChatGPT by OpenAI, which recently rolled out an upgraded plan. So you can get their Plus plan. I believe it's still $20 a month. There's a Teams plan, which costs a bit more. That helps preserve the privacy of your data, often used in smaller, larger groups of teams working together. You can also use it within your family. It is more than $20 per user for that plan. I believe it's in the 40 plus range. Now they've rolled out a $200 a month plan. Great plan. The controversy is you can't upgrade from Teams or I believe Plus to the new plan, which is $200 a month. What does the $200 a month plan do differently? Really what it comes down to is it lets you do something very new. You can say, make a video of a woman parachuting from an airplane in a rainy night at midnight, wearing pink glasses and high heels and with a purple parachute. That's a ridiculous example, but it's going to do that, and it's going to be a video, and it's going to be cool, and you're going to think, what the heck, it did it so fast. Here's a video. There might be some little quirks and glitches, and it'll give you a video. There, maybe she's got like her left eye isn't balanced with the right, and maybe one ear is bigger than the other, and so on, which could be a human thing, or it could be a kind of an anomaly in creating this video so quickly. But it will continue to get better. I'm confident to have that option where you have enough capacity to create a good number of video flows, $200 a month. So that's a big jump. It's a premium product, but upgrading it from Teams can't do it at this point, meaning you kind of lose your data and start over. The data you lose is, like in my case, uploading medical records for Hazel and, for example, for my mother and for my academic journey. That would be gone. That would be gone. And you spend a lot of time inputting data. It's pretty simple to do, but you kind of want it to continue to remember everything you've taught it. And therefore, upgrades, unfortunately, should be more seamless than they are. Jump into this $200 a month plan, which most of us probably won't do unless there's a specific use case where we're creating videos that at this point I would consider it somewhat experimental. Still a long ways to go. Willing to pay $200 a month. Certainly not everybody. Thank you for dropping by The Unboxer. Please hit subscribe. Look forward to talking to you soon. More hot topics coming.